This special Resort Sports Network presentation is also brought to you by Sports Pep, nutritional products for athletes. And by JSP, International Video Producers, the official TV producers of extreme skiing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crested Butte, Colorado for the second annual Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships. What's extreme skiing? In the next hour, we're going to show you all about it. Kim Reichhelm, Rob Delaurier, along with me, Sandy Santucci. Don't go away. We'll be right back on Prime Network.
Volkswagen presents the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships. Volkswagen, recharge the human spirit. Brought to you by Crested Butte Mountain Resort, Colorado's four-season family resort, and by Nikon Sunglasses, the official eyewear of the U.S. Extreme Championships. And the new men's technical group from Mountain Goat Skiwear, Edge Tech, official skiwear of the Extreme Championships. And by Outer Magazine, the Skiers Magazine.
Italy. Ah, the passion. Take my new friend, Alessandro Giuseppini. I wouldn't call him a bad driver, just creative. Fortunately, he drives the best-selling car in the world, the new Volkswagen Golf. So nimble, so forgiving. It's all the excitement anyone could want. Well, almost. The new Volkswagens, the most loved cars in the world.
Isn't it a little dangerous? Like a little crazy?
It all depends on how you look at
it. Nikon, changing the way you look.
You want to ski the extremes? Get Sports Pep. Get Thunderbar. Turbocharge. Get it all. Sports Pep products give you the high energy you need to perform your best. They're easy to use, packed with proven ingredients. Take your skiing to extremes now. Pick up the complete line of Sports Pep products today.
Winter isn't the only season when Crested Butte goes to extremes. Summer here blossoms with a rainbow of wildflowers and an irresistible invitation to play. You can bike, hike, fish, raft, swim, play tennis or golf, ride a chairlift, climb a peak, or just kick back and soak it all in. Bring your family and your camera. Crested Butte summer means extreme beauty and extreme fun. Call 1-800-544-8448 for vacation information. Crested Butte. See you real soon.
Crested Butte, Colorado. It's a great destination resort, but you know, it's not all extreme skiing here, however. It's a fantastic spot to have a great family vacation. There's all kinds of activities here to enjoy. Hey, from the adventuresome to the foursome. Let's take a look at some of the fun that awaits your family and your friends when you visit, winter or summer, Crested Butte, Colorado. Woo! Crested Butte, Colorado, a beautiful four-season family resort. But Rob, before we begin the competition, let's talk about what's going to be up next on the 4 days of competition.
Okay, Sandy, on day 1 we have 86 competitors on the Hawk's Nest.
Day 2 we go to 64 competitors competing on staircase.
And then day 3 we're down to 32 on the Moosehead, a beautiful run.
Culminating to day 4 where we'll run the top 15 off the peak. Never before skied in competition. Let's find out a little bit more about each individual day. Rob, Hawk's Nest.
Hawk's Nest is 1,200 vertical feet, Sandy. It's not that technical, but it's long, it's demanding. There's a lot of moguls in there. It's wide open at the top with a few boulders to jump off of. There's some steep terrain in the middle. Opens back up for a long open finish. The judges are looking for strong skiers, top to bottom. 34 to 40 degrees, a great test on the first day for all 86 competitors.
All right, then moving down to the staircase. Tight, technical tree-lined chutes, very steep boulder fields, skiing along the ridge line. This is a very, very steep and technical course, very demanding. Last year we saw some incredible skiing there, 40 degrees of steepness on this slope, Rob.
That's right. That's a terrific day. Very technical, a good way to weed the field down to day 3 on the Moosehead, where it's 900 feet of vertical, the longest 900 I've ever seen, Sandy. 35 to 43 degrees pitch in varying terrain. We have chutes and rock bands at the top, open cliffs to catch some air, and some very steep and icy terrain towards the bottom, as well as an open field to still see how the competitors are carving through some long bumps at very high speeds. A terrific day on day 3, setting us up for day 4.
Okay, day 4, the peak, the banana. It's mostly above tree line. It's exposed, large basin. There's a bunch of rocks up in there. They're going to have to rappel off the top to get into the top of the starting area. 1,775 feet of vertical. This is a thigh burner. 35 to 45 degrees of steepness. The peak, the first time ever they'll be skiing this competition.
Okay, Sandy, let's review the judging criteria. 2 major changes from last year. Air is eliminated as its own category, and the points accumulate from each day of competition to give us the final score for the winner. Earlier, I had a chance to talk to Jean Pavillard, the head judge. Jean, explain to us quickly the 5 categories you've been judging the competitors on for the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships this year.
Well, category 1 was aggressiveness, how fast you ski and how strong and how much energy you put in your run. The second category was technique and form, how well you turn those skis and how well you handle bumps, powder, crud, whatever snow you find on the way down. Third category was fluidity, how well you linked every turn, you linked every line. The fourth category was the line, how you choose the line, which line you choose, the steepest line, the easiest line, and line with rock and jumps. And the fifth category, control, did you stay in control all the way down, center over the ski, how you handled air, landing, and so on.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. While the competitors are getting ready for day 1, let's take a look at Rob Delorier's point of view as he checks out the staircase with a Nikon sunglasses point of view camera.
Let's test the snow for the competitors on this one right here. Very nice. Some tight trees. I really want to work my way left. Right now up here, there's a whole new cliff area that wasn't open last year for the competition.
Welcome back to the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships at Crested Butte, Colorado.
Well, Rob, it's a beautiful day today for a competition as we take a look back at the highlights from day one. Some of the competitive strategies on day one are going to be to pretty much just ski from top to bottom as confident as they can for the judges.
That's right. The competitors know that with 86 people cutting it down to 64, the consistency and technical skiing is the most important part. And they're going to want to show their aggro stuff because you know the points are going to accumulate over the course of the 4-day event.
There's Mike Clark, the Australian champion, coming out very aggressively as we see Johnny Biggers, a Crested Butte local and a member of the Ski Patrol. Did very well here last year, Rob, skiing fairly aggressive as well.
And here's Doug Coombs. He's the former world champion from Valdez, Alaska. His first time here at Crested Butte, but he's a great skier and he's psyched about this competition. He knows technical skiing on day one.
Barb Scheidegger, living down in Gunnison, going to school down there now. She's been a pro veteran of the World Pro Mogul Tour for a number of years. Her first entry into extreme skiing, she should be a real dominant factor here as we watch Dean Conway Jr., last year's champion.
And also up at Valdez, Alaska, in the Worlds last year, he was second, Sandy. He's a great skier, and he's one to watch for as the event progresses here.
All right, Dean Conway should be a dominable force here as we watch a newcomer, Kent Kreitler from Boulder, Colorado, a fast, strong skier. He should fare fairly well here.
That's right. The crowds are going to love that kind of ripping skiing, and they're going to have a ball out here with this beautiful weather at Crested Butte.
David McGuire, a Crested Butte local, is a ski instructor, a very good, strong skier. He should do fairly well here. He definitely knows this terrain, Rob.
That's right. Great technical skier, sponsored by the ski school. And here's Turbo the Man from Telluride on a monoski in full motocross skier. Having a little trouble here on day one, Sandy.
I think what happened, Rob, was he busted his monoski there. You can see him. He's having a little bit of problem down by the heel. A strong skier nonetheless as we watch Kasha Rigby, the only competitor on telemarks. This girl is very, very strong. Again, a Crested Butte native. She should do very well here in front of her local buddies.
And here's Justin Patnode, a grizzly veteran of skiing competition, a number of years on the Pro Mogul Tour, and his second year at the U.S. Extreme Competitions. He's a great skier, very exciting to watch, loves the steeps, and is showing his stuff. So he's thinking about the 4-day point accumulation total.
Definitely Justin here planning for his Patnode helicopter as we watch Crested Butte local Barb Peters. She's a graduate of your extreme clinics, Rob.
Yeah, she's a very strong skier, Sandy. Let's go to Kim Reichhelm with Barb Scheidegger in the finish.
Barb Scheidegger, this is your first extreme ski competition. Why did you decide to come here and be a part of this event?
Well, I wanted to check it out and see what it was like, and I have a lot of friends that are going to do it too, so I thought they're all going to come and be doing it. I just have to come ski with them, you know.
Now, you come from a professional mogul background. What was your tactical approach for this competition?
Well, from talking to a lot of people that have done it before, I really thought that endurance would be really a good thing to train for. So I've been training endurance.
Well, her training sure paid off, Sandy. She's third overall and first for the women.
Endurance is definitely a factor here as we take a look at the leaderboard after day one of competition. Not too many surprises, Rob, as we take a look at the board. You know, not all extreme skiers are rowdy, radical, ripping rogues. There's a growing segment out there that is extremely women.
It's not uncommon to see a large group of strong skiing men ripping around the mountain, but usually there's only one or maybe two ladies as a part of that group. 3 seasons ago, the first ever Extreme Ski Championships only had 3 lady contestants. This year, there's 19 women entrants. I'd just like to say that to these 4 women, it's wonderful to have you a part of this competition. I'd like to know why you decided to be a part of this.
I'm used to racing with parameters in gates with a trail that's only so wide, and I want a different challenge. I wanted to react to the terrain and choose my own line.
For myself, I really enjoy skiing steeps and chutes and living on the edge, so to say, but this is a good time to go and just let yourself just ski all different runs, and you kind of just let yourself go.
Barb? Well, I knew I was coming up to Crested Butte to watch the extreme contest this year because I heard so much about it. And I knew I'd have a lot of friends here skiing, And I started thinking, oh, I'm going to be standing there wishing I did it, so I did.
Now, Kasha, you're kind of different. You come from really no competition, a lot of ski background, I can tell, and you're the only competitor here, ladies or men, that's on telemark skis.
I wish there'd be more. There was one last year. I thought he would be here, and it's good to have someone representing us. I think anyway, a lot of people don't realize you're just as competent to do anything, and just can ski it as strongly, hopefully.
What about the men in the competition? Now, you're judged evenly with the gentlemen. There is no difference. There's not, the women don't all race together at the same time. Do you feel that you're competing against the guys?
Sometimes you can't even tell. A lot of people came up and said they didn't even know I was a girl until I came halfway down the course and they announced I was a girl. But at the start, you're not thinking about being more powerful or having more finesse. You're just really concentrating on where you want to go. And they help you out a lot. And they encourage you just as much as the other girls do. I think having the guys around, I'm used to skiing with guys, so I feel really comfortable with them. And they help you pick out lines, you help them. And one thing I like about this race is skiing with the women. I mean, it's great having all these rippers. I mean, it's really fun to, you know, let yourself go with women skiers. The men are just there.
Well, I'd just like to say that after this competition is over, I hope we can all get together and go out and be extremely women.
Oh, yes, definitely it's a date. Shred.
Hi, everybody. This is John Oates from Crested Butte here at the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships. And you just stick right here because we got a lot of good skiing coming up on Prime Network.
You've got to see JSP's inside track of extreme steeps and leaps. It's JSP's Screamin' Videotape Series. JSP's Extreme Scream Volume 1 includes highlights of the newest and hottest skiing competitions to hit the ski world, the U.S. and World Extreme Skiing Championships. You'll meet the skiers up close and radical. You'll live life on the edge with these competitors as they push the adrenaline envelope. There's only one way down, their way. And you can catch all the action right here by calling JSP at 1-800-721-6120 to order JSP's Extreme Scream Volume 1, available now. Also available the 92 and 93 U.S. and World Extreme Skiing Championships. These are the official TV productions of these prestigious ski events and are available now for home viewing for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Order all 5 videos and receive 1 free. To order your copies of JSP's Screamin' Extreme Skiing Series and Volume 1 of Extreme Scream, call JSP now. 1-800-721-6120. Visa and MasterCard accepted.
And I'm sitting there with this great new Technica. You can feel the hill, even when the skis are flopping around like a couple of fish. And all we can think of is, it's smooth. Now, I know the boot cuts vibration by 50%, but Cal says speed's the thing. The boot screams. Can it really be fast and quiet? Then Julie says the Technica AVS is the quiet boot that screams. And I say, Julie, when you're right, you're right.
So Dean, winner last year here at Crested Butte, great placement, second up at the World Extremes. How's it feeling this year? What are you thinking? What's different?
Just trying to hang in there, you know, not losing these first few days, trying not to fall, you know. Maybe not, you know, get so aggressive today or yesterday and today, but just take it easy.
All right, as we get ready to look at Day 2's highlights, competitors getting ready at the top of the course. Dean Conway, along with other competitors, Rob, will be playing the conservative approach again on Day 2, hoping to make it into the finals up on the peak as we watch the key personnel from the safety patrol get into position.
That's right. The competitors and the patrol know this is the technically most difficult day of the competition. Very steep, very tight. The competitors want to score well. It's a 4-day event. Let's take a look at them now.
Here's Noelle Lyons, Boulder, Colorado skier. She's a veteran of the Women's Pro Ski Racing Tour. She's been around this sport for a long time. She's a very strong skier, Rob, and she's attacking staircase very aggressively.
That's right. That's her racing background coming out. She's very comfortable on her edges, on these steeps. She does some work on the Women's Ski Adventure. And now let's take a look at Rob Van Arnhem, a local Crested Butte guy. He's a crowd favorite. He's very aggressive. He won the local competition to get sponsored by the ski shop here in town to be in this event.
That's right, and here we're at the bottom of the staircase, which kind of has a little bit of a bump run flavor, but nonetheless, it's very steep as we take a look at number 33.
Peter Huber, another local from town. He loves the staircase. He loves the tight, steep trees.
And at 37, Scott Kennett, another veteran of extreme skiing, a veteran of the World Pro Mogul Tour, skiing very strong. Perhaps we'll see him and his dog Zudnik at some point in the competition this week.
Yeah, you know, he's a good skier. I don't know why his dog is more famous than he is, Sandy. He's ripping here.
Scott Kennett, someone who can always put on the extra energy when he needs it to put up the points.
Here's Dean Cummings, a veteran of extreme competition, second place overall in the 91 World Extreme Skiing, and it's that experience that helps him with the creativity. This cliff band over on the far right-hand side of the course as we look up wasn't even open last season, but the 8 feet of snow Crested Butte got in February has opened this very steep, creative line. I love to see the competitors over there.
That's right, last year it wasn't opened, it's opened up a complete new terrain band for the competitors as we watch Seth Morrison, a newcomer to extreme skiing, coming down a very aggressive line, Rob.
Yes, Andy, Seth is a great technical skier attacking the lines. You had a chance to recap the day with two champions, Dean Conway and Doug Coombs.
Dean Conway in the finish after day 2. Dean, 2 good runs, but pretty conservative for you, buddy.
Yeah, trying to stay conservative. I want to make it to the banana, so, you know, I'm just trying to stay conservative and see if some of the other guys fall, and they might fall out, and hopefully I'll stay right in there till the end.
Okay, what's your plan of attack these first 2 days? Now we've got day 3 tomorrow.
Just to try to be really consistent, you know, not to really get overly aggressive yet. I think tomorrow you might see me get a little more aggressive than the past few days.
Doug, this is your first appearance here at the U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships. You're playing the game, though.
Playing the game, you know, just trying to be smooth and getting down fast, trying to flash the runs. You know, I know how they're judging. You got to get down quick. Everyone was picking around out there and stuff. It looks good. It does, you know, good things, but I think they want you to just get down quick, hard, and make it look easy. Okay. So that's what I was trying to do.
And here's another guy that makes it look real easy, Johnny Biggers, member of the Pro Ski Patrol here at Crested Butte, a great technical skier. He's their pride and joy. Look at those turns. Great technical edging, carving. This is what the judges want to see. It's a controlled sport now. It's not too radical. And here's Barb Scheidegger, veteran of the World Pro Mogul Tour. Sandy, you had a chance to talk to her about the different types of competition that she's experienced.
You're no stranger to competition. You competed on the World Mogul Tour for a couple of years. What's the difference maybe between that, you know, venue of competition and here at Extreme?
Well, there it's very, very rigid. It's very set on exactly how you should ski, you know, how perfect fall line and everything. Here it's great because you can go with it. If it looks like a great way to go, you know, great line, that way you can turn and go. It's great. It's so much fun.
Here we see Kent Kreitler coming down the staircase in one of the most radical lines there is on this course, Rob.
He's a very aggressive skier. I love watching this guy ski. He's going to be choosing, I spoke to him at the top, this line over on the right as we look up, in the moguls, in the boulders. Sandy, you had a chance to talk to him about it.
No special game plan, just the way you normally ski.
Yeah, probably a little more aggressive. I usually don't take as long of lines, you know, so it really works me aerobically. But, you know, it's pretty much what I like to do, I guess.
Strategy, will it change at all for day 3?
Well, not really, because even though I was ahead, I was only slightly ahead the first day, and then I don't know what's going to happen today, and, you know, all the points are cumulative, so everyone has to go for it every run. It's really hard.
We'll be right back with more action from the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships at Crested Butte.
Welcome back to Crested Butte, Colorado, Day 3, the Moosehead. The first day of competition, Rob, they did not greet the competitors with beautiful sunshine and clear blue skies as we watch Barb Scheidegger push off from the start.
That's right. The flat light can really wreak havoc on competitors here as they descend the Moosehead. But Barb Scheidegger has been making beautiful turns, aggressive, technically correct, all competition. She's really impressing the judges with her control and her solid technique. She's skiing beautifully. Take a look at that stuff, Sandy.
Okay, up next is number 37 from Telluride, Colorado, Scott Kennett. A high traverse up towards the diving board where he'll probably get some, a little bit of air, Rob.
That was a nice one. A bit in the back seat. He checked his speed with his hips. It's a pretty common move on the steeps. The judges will take off a little bit for that one, though.
Okay, now we pick Scott Kennett up at the bottom of the Moosehead down in the Paradise Cliffs, otherwise known as the Dead End Chutes. A good run for Scott Kennett as we take a look now at good old Doug Coombs.
Doug Coombs, #1 in the World Championships in Alaska 2 years ago, a veteran of these competitions and a big mountaineer type skier. He really likes the look of this terrain, Sandy. I was talking to him about those upper cliffs. He's psyched.
Oh, he's going fast, too.
David Swanwick now on course. A little out of control here as he's coming down a very aggressive line here on the Moosehead.
That's right. That area is called the Rock Garden. It's just pocked with rocks and hollow snow. I was up there. The winter snow is a little hollow, but he skied it beautifully.
Seth Morrison just coming out of the gate now. He opts to take the skier's left line into what we call the main chute, just above the horn.
That's right. Here he is working his way over the horn for a little bit of air. Landed beautifully and in control. The judges like to see that kind of air. And now he's arcing some beautiful turns that have served him so well up till day 3 today.
I'm rolling.
In the starting gate is Jim Zell. I was with him when he was looking at this line to skier's right. At the top here, Sandy, it's very thin. He's choosing a line with a little bit of air. There are rocks all over this landing zone. Let's see if he can handle this one. Nice, made it look easy. Now he plans to go further to the right to the biggest air of the day.
Okay, we pick him up now on top of the rabbit ears. Not too many skiers went over this way as he launches some big air, Rob.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, unfortunately, he's down there, and it looks like he lost a ski, but the judges don't stop judging this year. He can put his ski back on.
Let's take a look at the slow motion.
This is nice. He comes off, tucks up his skis nicely. You can see he's focusing on the landing, great position. Lands in some powder, but checks his hip, and it's firm in the center of that chute, Sandy. I was in there. I think that's what caused him the trouble and rolled him over and lose his ski.
Okay, now Dean Conway on the course, last year's champion here from Crested Butte, Colorado. Dean's picking a very aggressive line here in the rock pile.
This doesn't surprise us, Sandy. Dean is an incredible skier from Squaw Valley. He just loves to rip the steeps, and he's so solid in his technique, very smooth and well balanced.
Up next is Ken Kreitler, who has switched his bib on us. He's wearing number 39 right now, but he's actually number 42.
Well, that sure hasn't affected his skiing, Sandy. This guy has been ripping. He's playing with the mountain, very creative lines, very aggressive, catching air, dancing in the trees. He's impressed all of us. He's skiing beautifully. Let's go to the bottom where Kim Reichhelm is taking a live look at Kent's run.
Looking like he's setting up for a pretty radical move here. Oh boy, he's in trouble. That's too bad.
Indeed, that was too bad. Ken Kreitler had been dominating the competition up to this point. Rob, what happened?
Well, you see as he makes his powerful airplane turn, he sets his tips down first as his body is pitched forward. He then has to correct so much weight on his heels, crushes the soft snow on those rocks, spins him around backwards. Boom, off the powder though, not the rocks. He's lucky there, Sandy. Again off the other one. It's about a 40-foot tumble. Ooh, lucky he got mostly on his shoulders, not his head on that one. Kim caught up with him in the finish line to find out firsthand what happened.
What was going on up there?
I don't know. I just don't really feel like holding back, so decided to go for it and got a little twisted up. The snow is a little softer than I thought, and I don't know, went down it backwards instead of forwards.
Okay, here's Dean Cummings with a chance to catch some ground on Ken Kreitler. Let's go down to the bottom for Kim Reichhelm's live call on Dean's run.
Dean's looking like he's setting up for his last couple of moves. Continuing to keep really nice control through this bottom section. Unbelievable skiing.
Truly unbelievable skiing by Dean in those cliffs. And talk about unbelievable. Kasha Rigby, a native Vermonter, now at Crested Butte local on 3 pins. The only competitor on 3 pins. Everybody wants to see Kasha do well, and they're getting what they want. She's ripping top to bottom these long, long runs. It's so difficult to ski on those pins, Sandy, but she's doing great. We'll be right back with more action. Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships, Day 3.
People, man, are they different. What they like in Spain isn't what they like in France. Nobody likes the same thing. So how come so many people love Volkswagen? Germany, France, England, Sweden, Finland, Japan. The new Golf is the best-selling car in the world. The new Jet is loved everywhere. You know, maybe people aren't that different after all. The new Volkswagens, the most loved cars in the world.
You want to ski the extremes? Get Sports Pep. Get Thunderbar. Turbocharge. Get it all. Sports Pep products give you the high energy you need to perform your best. They're easy to use, packed with proven ingredients. Take your skiing to extremes now. Pick up the complete line of Sports Pep products today.
Okay, and we're back here for some more highlights of the second run in Day 3. Remember Craig Kreitler and his unbelievable tumble to the bottom of the run. Rob, this guy is smoking.
This guy is unbelievable. Look at him cruise down there. Let's go to Kim Reichhelm for a live call of this run from Paradise Cliffs.
Looks like he's setting up for something pretty unique. Landing from one rock to the next. Dropping a good 20, 25 feet in between each jump. Setting up for his last jump. Lands it a little bit in the backseat, but pulls it off.
Well, indeed he did pull it off, Rob. Much different picture from his first run down those Paradise Cliffs as we pick up Jim Zell on the Moosehead.
Jim Zell has been incredibly creative with his line choice all the time. No one even comes close to the lines he skis, Sandy. And here he's on the far left of the rock garden. As we look up at it through the trees, he's skiing great.
Jim Zell picking a nice, aggressive line there. Once again, we pick back up with Dean Cummings coming off the rocks.
Nice. He's the air bear in the crowd, Sandy. We have to say that. This guy's catching as much air as he possibly can. He just goes out of his way to find it.
And placing as runner-up in the original competition up in Valdez, Alaska.
Down the left side.
Him and Doug Coombs were 1 and 2 in 1991.
He's right in front of you, Cars.
All right, we check out number 55, Seth Morrison, 19 years old, just finishing a 13-year amateur racing career. He's a very strong skier. We're going to be seeing a lot of him, Rob.
He's a very aggressive skier. Everyone in the competition, judges, competitors, spectators, are taking notice of this young guy. Here he is in the Paradise Cliffs. It's very tricky in there, Sandy. Those powder puffs on tops of the rocks is really all there is for snow. Let's see how he handles it.
He's just sliding down the chute there. A good, clean outrun for Mr. Morrison. And back to the top, number 76, David Swanwick. They call him Swanee. He's from Crested Butte. He's a very strong, aggressive skier. This guy does not hold back, Rob.
He doesn't hold back at all. He's probably the most aggressive skier we've seen throughout the competition.
Okay,
Top to
lower
bottom,
cliff.
never hesitates, always ripping the turns at high speeds. And here, let's watch him approach the Paradise Cliffs. It is so steep down here, you see most competitors making hop turns.
He's just attacking
Yeah,
this section.
not Swanee. This is an incredible run, so aggressive down there.
Okay, back to Doug Coombs, the former world extreme ski champion from Jackson Hole, getting some air, and he's a tree surgeon these days, Rob.
I know Doug well, and he doesn't often catch too much air. He must be feeling some pressure from these young guys to turn it up with some more air, 2 big airs in one run, and he's surviving it.
I think so too, as we see Barb Scheidegger again following her game plan to the T, skiing very aggressive, good link turns, Rob.
That's right. She's now getting aggressive with her line choice too. The rock garden up there, it's very steep, very tricky, a lot of trees, a lot of rocks. But again, the consistent turns, the judges love that. Total control, top to bottom turning. She is fit and skiing great.
Barb Scheidegger skiing very consistent, and that is the name of the game here as we watch Peter Huber, a skier trying to make it into the final day. Rob and I were at the bottom for this next gentleman, Rob Van Arnhem. This is a difficult section in here, one of the toughest sections on this course of Moosehead. But is it smart to be coming in here being so tired?
You know, that makes it really challenging. A lot of skiers have been on here. It's chopped out, it's firm, and it's breakable. It's a very difficult snow condition. People are tired. Beautiful move off the cliff. Woo! All right, Rob Van Arnhem. Woo, we all love it. That was beautiful. Now let's look at Noelle Lyons down to the Paradise Cliffs. Surprisingly risky run, but she knows she's under the pressure to catch up with Barb Scheidegger and get in tomorrow's competition. Let's take a look at the final standings after day 3, getting ready for the finals on the Butte.
But now things have changed, like you can't see the peak right now. All the slick rock and all those rocks are covered with just a few inches of snow, so it's definitely gotten more dangerous today. And so an option that we had was to just for a couple different reasons, we'll just set a lower start.
Okay, Rob, well, the sun did finally come out. We're back to the normal game plan. We're going to begin the descent from the top as the skiers prepare to rappel into the beginning of the chute at the top of the peak.
Sandy, I'm so glad the weather cleared. I was up there for the inspection run. The competitors are so psyched for this rappel. It's an even run from the top. It's called the Hall of Fame, and they all want to be in it. It's going to be a great day here off the peak.
The judges, the spectators, and the competitors are ready now, Rob. Let's go up to the top of the course. Dean Cummings, first out of the chute.
Dean Cummings with a very aggressive line. He decided not to use the second rappel, which is a traverse rope rappel. He jumped right in over the fracture line, you see, and is making his way down a creative and unique line off the peak at Crested Butte.
There's a lot of snow up there, Rob. This is unbelievable. Let's not forget 35 to 45 degrees. That's really steep skiing.
It's very steep, and with that 8 to 10 inches of snow that fell last night, it's really covering up some of those rocks. But these guys had a chance to inspect it, and Dean has chosen his line through the rocks, and he's looking good up there.
And Rob, it's important to understand that this run, top to bottom, is taking almost 5 to 6 minutes for each competitor. As you see them come across exhausted, understand that we have compressed each competitor's run for the television audience.
We have to do it. There's 1,775 vertical feet, Sandy. This is a grueling, grueling run. But the peak here is so spectacular. It's just beautiful footage for everyone. Look at all that snow up there. The competitors are having a ball.
Okay, Peter Huber coming down, picking a nice, decisive line as he comes past those huge rock slabs. Look at the steepness of this shot right here. Unbelievable.
Back in the ropes, it's Barb Scheidegger on the second rope of the two-rope rappel that helps her get across the steep face that's exposed above the rock cliffs to get into the main chute, the Hall of Fame chute here, where she's skiing in classic Barb style. Consistent turns in the deep snow. It's tricky up there, Sandy. And remember, this is only about the top fourth of the run. She's covering about 500 or 600 vertical feet here in the Hall of Fame. And coming across the finish line, I'm sure even Barb is tired from that one, but that should be enough to keep her in first place overall for the women.
You can go, Johnny.
Turn it up, John. Come on.
Here's Johnny Biggers, who's helped set the anchors for these rappel ropes up on the peak. He has a lot of climbing experience, and you saw that smile. He's very comfortable up here and psyched to be in the Hall of Fame. Before this competition, Sandy, only 6 or 8 people had ever skied this peak.
And that's the biggest thing here today is everybody wanted to make it to this day just to ski the peak. Not too many people out there that can say they have skied it. Johnny Biggers is putting on a great show for the hometown.
That's right, and like he's been doing all competition, choosing a line that he's comfortable with and skiing within himself. Consistent, solid, all the way down. It's the control factor. Jumping in now, Seth Morrison, the surprise of the competition. He chose not to use that second rappel rope. He's over at a very exposed area over this fracture line. You can see where there was a big avalanche before, Sandy. He cannot afford to make a mistake up there.
There's a lot of exposed rock, and then with last night's snow coverage, a little bit of snow just hanging on some of those rocks. The wind is blowing up in his face. This is treacherous up here right now, Rob.
Yeah, it's treacherous, Sandy, but with that wind pack and all that snow in there, I guarantee you Seth is having the time of his life on the peak at Crested Butte.
Go. Doug Coombs, no stranger to any of this. He's loving it too. The heck with the rappel. He's jumping right in.
That's right. Keep in mind, that's after they already rappelled 100 yards down to that point. But he's just a veteran of these steeps, very comfortable up here, deciding he wants to ski it and ski it all. He's having a little trouble in that wind buff up there, Sandy. The wind has hit it hard overnight with that new snow. It's changed its texture. It's very thick in one area, very light in another. But Doug can handle it.
Here we see Doug almost at the bottom. Whoop, catches a little air, does a little front somersault, and we'll be back with more action here in Crested Butte, Colorado. right, we're back to the top of the peak. The competition resumes with Jim Zell up there on the top, having a tough time, Rob.
That's right, that's those tricky snow conditions, Sandy. You think it's going to be soft, and then it grabs your skis. The wind is really packed it down hard, and as you get in these lower sections where Jim is now, there's sometimes only about 6 or 8 inches of that wintry wind buff on a rock slab. It's very tricky. As you see his skis catch there, he thought it was snow, and boom, it was rock. Jim Zell goes down hard.
He went down hard.
But he can put his skis back on. With a rule change this year, he has 6 minutes for this run top to bottom, and he's back underway again. Again, Jim Zell, Mr. Creative over there in the rock piles, in the powder, having a blast.
Sure does like to go into those areas that no man has been before. Jim Zell from Wyoming. And here's a view that not too many people can say they've seen as we go back to the top. Last year's champion, Dean Conway.
Dean Conway is just skiing great. He has that classic solid style. His turns are fall line all the way, on his edges, and he's still in control. I'm a bit surprised, Sandy, how he's been holding back almost this competition. Last year, he just let him run. This year, he's Mr. Solid, though. You got to hand it to Dean. He's a great skier.
Now, there's something that you don't see that often. Dean Conway losing his footing. I don't think last year in the U.S. or the Worlds I saw anything like that from Dean Conway. He's huffing, he's puffing as he comes across the finish line. Dean Conway. But he did put on a good show.
And back at the top, it's Scott Kennett skiing up on the peak again in the wind slab, he must have heard the rumors that it was tough down there. He's taking his time, making sure of every single turn. It's so hard with that hidden rock, Sandy. I was surprised. I ended up on a rock slab up there that my skis just aren't happy about.
Well, I don't think we're going to be seeing his buddy Zudnik following him down the peak today.
Yeah, I think the patrol made it illegal to bring dogs to the peak, unfortunately. Here we are with Noel Lyons dropping in on that second rappel rope. Again, this is just for the traverse, and it's very tricky. Noelle has a funny harness on. She borrowed one that was actually a chest harness, but she gets it off, and she's in the Hall of Fame chute, skiing like Noelle can, beautifully.
She's really putting it to Barb Scheidegger. It's going to be very close in the final standings. The two ladies here are really battling it out for first and second right now.
It's Noelle's race career, her background. She's very aggressive this last run. She knows she has ground to make up, and she's going to go for it. And the third woman to be off the peak, and the first one ever on pins, Kasha Rigby. Looking a little cautious with that rope work off the rappel. But Sandy, it's 55 degrees up there. It is so steep, you can't blame her. But look at her in the powder on that pins. She is loving that.
A real strong skier, Rob. She's very strong and definitely going to do very well here in Crested Butte.
That's right, 1,775 vertical feet on pins. My legs hurt just thinking about it.
Okay, up next, Kent Kreitler, the strong man out here. He's continuing to ski his philosophy. Very aggressive, very strong.
He's not holding back. He knows control is an issue, but is a judging criteria, but he's thinking about the aggressiveness, the speed. But the thing with Kent, Sandy, is he just loves to ski, and he loves to ski fast, and he's just doing his thing out here for everybody.
And he's in such great shape that I don't think this 6 minutes is going to find him huffing and puffing too bad when he comes across that finish line. He is skiing fairly conservative right now, though, considering what we've seen him through the last few days.
I think he knows how long this one is, and he knows that peak has some heavy snow, and he is conserving his energy for all those vertical feet so he can ski solid and strong, top to bottom.
But look at that line. Very aggressive. He's going over that way where Jim Zell was, but he decides to duck back down towards the right, into those trees. Across the finish line, Kent Kreitler is really, really up there in the standings. Could be very close.
Very impressive and strong finish. Back at the top now, it's David Swanwick, the most impressive guy we've seen just out of nowhere. The sheer strength of this guy is blowing everyone away. And look at this line off the peak, Sandy. So creative, so scary, so steep.
Look at that wind, too, Rob. The wind is still kicking up a lot of snow, making it difficult for the visibility of these skiers. But they're doing okay.
That's right. Look at him come off that peak, though, with those giant slalom turns. The guy's cruising. He runs into some bumps, but he's not going to slow down for that, Sandy. He wants it all.
Coming in now to the bottom section of the course, an area known as Total Recall. And he's hanging in there like Arnold Schwarzenegger would.
Sandy, that's a great name for this. After 1,500 vertical feet, they're recalling their legs. And even David Swanwick's looking a little tired at the bottom, and that guy's an animal. And he's psyched to be done with that run in the competition. What a showing by David Swanwick. Well, don't go away. We'll be right back with the final results from the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships.
The 93 U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships have been brought to you by Volkswagen. Volkswagen, recharge the human spirit. And by Crested Butte Mountain Resort, Colorado's four-season family resort. And by Nikon Sunglasses, the official eyewear of the U.S. Extreme Championships. And the new men's technical group from Mountain Goat Skiwear, Edge Tech, the official skiwear of the Extreme Championships. And by Powder Magazine, the Skiers Magazine.
You've got to see JSP's inside track of extreme steeps and leaps. It's JSP's Screamin' Videotape Series. JSP's Extreme Scream Volume 1 includes highlights of the newest and hottest skiing competitions to hit the ski world, the U.S. and World Extreme Skiing Championships. You'll meet the skiers up close and radical. You'll live life on the edge with these competitors as they push the adrenaline envelope. There's only one way down, their way. And you can catch all the action right here by calling JSP at 1-800-721-6120 to order JSP's Extreme Scream Volume 1, available now. Also available the 92 and 93 U.S. and World Extreme Skiing Championships. These are the official TV productions of these prestigious ski events and are available now for home viewing for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Order all 5 videos and receive 1 free. To order your copies of JSP's Screamin' Extreme Skiing Series and Volume 1 of Extreme Scream, call JSP now. 1-800-721-6120. Visa and MasterCard accepted.
I'm as hardcore redneck a skier as there is, and I think that almost every good skier is going to end up with a pair of fat skis. It's going to take maybe a year or 2 or 3 years, but in the end, you're going to find that these skis expand your horizon in skiing so much that they're going to make skiing so much more fun that you'll have to have a pair.
All right, the final results for the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships. In first place, Kent Kreitler, followed by Seth Morrison and David Swanwick. For the women, Barb Scheidegger, Noelle Lyons, and Kasha Rigby. Doug Coombs, Johnny Biggers, Rob Van Ernum, Scott Kennett fill out the rest of the field as we take one more look at the winning runs through the eyes of the competitors.
Came out and saw a line that looked fresh, hadn't been skied. Jumped into it, got a little sketched out because of that rock below right there, and then I hit a new line. I knew there was a lot of slab underneath because we slipped in the morning. There were just rocks everywhere out there wet from the snow, but they seem to be pretty easy to come off of as long as you were a little loose on your feet, so I did it. I thought it was a really good line. Then I got into the gully down here, and by this time I guess it's been probably about a minute. Pretty hard skiing. Take some big turns. Didn't really want to bump ski through there because that, for one thing, takes a lot of strength. For another thing, it just isn't really what the competition's about. I've never done this on skis or with skis in the snow. So right here when I was coming in, it's just like I had no clue where I was going. I was like, just hoping for the wind to lay off a little bit. Snow was pretty wind packed up here. Came in, hitting a lot of rocks. And really had no idea where I was going at this point. And every turn I'd make, the snow would just come flying over my head and couldn't really see where I was going, so just kind of skiing by braille actually.
I jumped, cruised down that ridge, made a few turns. Didn't know what was coming up here and jumped over that cliff. It felt nice, skimmed my tails on the rocks, made some more turns. Then I'm cruising along here and all of a sudden, I go to set my line and boom, there's rocks right in my line. Hit both of them and they were in my line and they were slabs, so I just skied right over them. Start skiing down here. Snow conditions are feeling good, softened up a little bit. We had about 5 inches of powder in the morning. and it was feeling good. I was feeling, my legs were burning, pulsing the whole way down, but it was feeling nice. It was making some good solid turns.
When I let go of the rope, I was so excited to start skiing. The snow was really good, and I knew it. And I'm just really happy because the snow is so good right here. And I know I can just ski it. So now I come into the rocks. See, I slid down the rock.
So what are you going to do?
Now I'm going to avoid the rocks. See, I traverse way over to make sure I get out of the rocks. And then I hit another one. I'm really mad. You know, I'm so psyched because it's just so wide open. Extreme skiing is like so wide open.
Rob, Kim, unbelievable competition here in Crested Butte, Colorado. 4 days, beautiful weather. Rob, your closing thoughts.
The mountain we were skiing on, the terrain, the competitors, everything at Crested Butte this year was super. Everything seems to be evolving. It's getting more energetic. There's more action. I can't wait for the World, Sandy. This is a great event.
All right. Kim Reichhelm, unbelievable. What are your thoughts?
Sandy, that was some of the best spectating I've ever had in my entire skiing career. I was really impressed with the men and the women. They were technically clean. They were going for it. They were taking chances. It was fun.
Unbelievable. And if you thought that was fun, wait till we go to Valdez, Alaska for the World Extreme Skiing Championships. We'll see you there next time in Valdez, right here on Prime Network. The Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships would like to thank our friends at the Grand Butte Hotel. It's a great total ski-in, ski-out luxury hotel at the base of the mountain. Après ski is fun at the Roaring Elf Lounge, and they've got a great buffet dinner every night. The Grand Butte Hotel, the official hotel of the Volkswagen U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships. Give them a call for your next vacation.
The 93 U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships is a JSP Sports production.